Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV 3. Welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS. I am your host, Sayyid Muthanna al-Musawi, and with me, as usual, is Sheikh Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, khair.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. That's good to hear, that's good to hear. To the viewers at home, as I haven't said it yet, this show is all about seeking knowledge. So seek knowledge as much as you can. You can do that by calling in and asking the Sheikh directly, or if you want, you can use my services. And you can WhatsApp, which I will get to this iPad right here, and I'll ask the Sheikh, or you can send in a question in the YouTube comment section, and as well, we'll go to my iPad and I will ask the Sheikh. So don't hesitate, send in as many questions as you want. This is, of course, all about seeking knowledge, and inshallah, you learn more about your faith. Okay, Sheikh, now let's begin. Salaam alaikum, Sheikh, and Sayyid Muthanna al-Musawi. May Allah bless you both. May Allah bless you as well. How to prevent from sin and how to stay away from Iblis? This question is from YouTube.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. The best way to stay out from the act of sin, committing sin, is to observe piety and taqwa. As mentioned in many verses in the Holy Quran, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ, or in that verse, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ, as much as you can, try to implement and observe piety. And piety means to implement and practice the acts in which Allah has made it as obligation, like daily prayers, fasting, and so forth, and to avoid and abstain from the act of sin and wrongdoings. So when you observe taqwa daily, you'll eventually stay away from the acts of sins.
Of course, yeah, inshallah.
So you can tick the boxes. Let's say you've been listening to music for a long time, you start to abandoning all these tunes and music tunes. And then next tick is to tick, for example, watching indecent movies, for example, and onwards. So you try to tick these boxes one by one, and this is how you would abstain from the act of sin, by observing taqwa, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Question from YouTube. I am a teacher and I'm complaining about school exams because it is bad, as they cause stress for students so much, and the topics they revise are not usually in the exams, and what they revise for the exams they usually forget the next day after the exam. Even I say to my students that exams are good. What do I do?
Usually these questions should be forwarded to the board of the teachers, or in your meetings with the head teacher, with the management in the school. Because I taught before in one of the colleges about 10 years ago. We had exams and preparations, all types of procedures for the exams. I went through them. So alhamdulillah, there were good students in that time. So intelligent, mashallah, smart. But in anyhow, such problems should refer back to the board of the teachers and the head teacher to be able to solve the issue.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Question from YouTube. Salaam alaikum. Is it permissible to boycott products from a certain country?
As I've said, this requires initially, if you want to boycott in terms of making it forbidden on yourself, then you have to go back to the scholar that you follow with this regard, and to ask them, shall I boycott? Is it an obligation or no? This is how it works, and not by listening to or following some YouTubers or influencers on social media with this regard. They don't have the permission, let's say, to issue verdicts and fatwa.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And another quick reminder to the viewers at home, we are now 3 minutes into the episode, quite early on. We've had 3 questions so far, but we want more. Send in as many questions as you can. Of course, this is all about seeking knowledge. The more you understand about your faith, the more you can teach other people and stuff like that. But of course, this is the best place to come to learn. So call in, send a message on WhatsApp, or send a question in the YouTube comment section, and inshallah I will ask the Sheikh and the Sheikh will answer it. From YouTube, Salaam alaikum, Sheikh. Is it true that Khorasani, Yamani and Sufayani all come out on the same day? And how will Yamani and Khorasani support Imam Mahdi? Jazakallah khair.
It seems to be there are gaps between each banner or flag to be hold and would rise from those three locations in Sham, Khorasan and Yemen. Different locations and different dates, not exactly the same. I don't think it's the same dates.
Yeah.
But it would be very close in terms of the dates. Would be very close.
Within like a year?
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Sunni hadiths say that women have a lower IQ compared to men. Is this true? And is that what Islam says, or is it different in Islam?
Well, we have to see where did they get this from. I think we have to forward this question to them. Where is this hadith from? Who narrated hadith? Is this a strong hadith or a weak hadith, for example? And what is it based on? Because Allah in the Holy Quran states, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ التَّقْوِيمِ. Allah made mankind in the best form. And insan covers male and female. أحسن التقويم, in the best form. Allah made this creation. So how come you would take away something from the woman and give it to the man, for example? Yes, in terms of emotions, Allah gave this emotional aspect to the woman to be able to nurture her kids, the babies, all the way until they are grown up, and didn't give this emotions to the man. So the man is the one who would take care of the outside of the house, duties and so forth. But that doesn't mean that something was taken from the woman. We have, mashallah, women who made the history. Khadija alayhi salam, a wealthy merchant woman who used to feed the Arabia with her wealth. Fatima alayhi salam, of course, she is the best of the women of the world. You have other women, Zainab alayhi salam, again, Sayyidah al-Banin, Kulthum, and others. And even the non-ma'soom women who were within Ahlulbayt, lived with them, Asma and Fidda and so forth. So they were great women of Islam. Lots of contributions to Islam. Of course. I don't think that would be a correct way of presenting Islam to the world.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Salaam alaikum, Sheikh. I am a convert to Islam. I live in the Netherlands. I met a Muslim brother through Facebook. We had contact for a while and we want to get married. He lives in Pakistan. What advice would you give me? My family is not Muslim, so my father and uncle cannot help me or anything like that. But I've done many checks, such as verified his identity, passport, work, house, and his family. And we've spoken a lot on video calls, so I know roughly who he is. And I want to do hijrah to Pakistan, and he says that he will provide for me. Is it safe, or should I let a local imam or sheikh talk with him?
Initially, the famous narration by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he states that the one who has faith and morality, akhlaq and deen, then marry this individual. So the most important that you have to make sure with your research and investigations and so forth that he has akhlaq and deen. Sometimes he is faithful, he is strong in his belief, but he has no akhlaq. It's very difficult, especially if somebody is abroad. To find out, it's going to be very difficult. You have to find somebody who is reliable, you can trust them. They go there, talk to the family of the boy, of the man, and try to investigate more. It's difficult because
it's very difficult. Yes,
two different cultures, two different countries. Abroad, you can't easily go and come. So be very careful and try to do more research.
Okay. Inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, is it obligatory to pay zakat on different precious metals like platinum, in particular, if they are not used as jewelry, rather as just an asset?
In terms of zakat, the wajib zakat, on 9 things, on cattle, on I think wheat, and like the wheat, barley, if you have farms in overall, and there's a threshold, if they reach like 900 kilograms, for example, you pay zakat. So there are specific ahkam for these, silver and gold as well. again, threshold and so forth. So there's specific ahkam.
Specific ahkam, okay.
Requires.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And to the viewers at home, I'd love to give another quick reminder. Send in your questions as much as you can. This is all about seeking knowledge. Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. It's in the introduction. We discuss topics, practices, principles. So if you'd like to learn more about these Islamic topics, practices and principles, send your questions in so you can understand more about them. So you can call in, you can send it in on WhatsApp, or you can send it in the YouTube comment section. And inshallah, in all three scenarios, we will answer your questions. Sheikhna, from YouTube, can I pray at home always? Like, I am in a Sunni country, I am an ex-Sunni, and I can't tell others that I am Shi'a because here people are aggressive about Shi'a Islam. How do I deal with it?
Yes, it's a good suggestion. Pray at home. That's the best way, yeah.
Okay. Even if it delays their prayers or anything like that?
No, if you pray at home means you're going to be praying on time because you're at home, you have your own time.
Yeah.
You pray straight away after the adhan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, people say I am neither Sunni nor Shi'a. We should call ourselves as Muslims like their claim is Allah said to be united. Any proper response, Sheikhna?
Indeed, the Quran says, "Inna deen 'inda Allahi al-Islam." Allah's religion is Islam.
Yes.
But this Islam, when you go back to the narrations of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, emphasized on that the Islam is based on two things. In his famous Thaqlain hadith in the books of Shia and the Sunni mentioned, Sahih Muslim and other Sahih Tirmidhi mentioned that the Prophet said that he leaves two weighty things.
Yes.
The book of Allah and my family, Ahlulbayt. Kitab Allah wa itrati Ahlulbayt. You won't go astray and deviant if you follow them. If you leave them, you'll be an astray and deviant. So Islam is Kitab Allah wa itrati Ahlulbayt.
Yes.
Is to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, His holy book, implement it, practice it, and to follow Ahlul Bayt as khulafa, as leaders.
Yeah.
Nobody else can claim to be his khulafa of Rasulullah and his vicegerents, except Ali Muhammad sallallahu alayhi. So that's is the Islam that is mentioned in the Holy Quran. Inna ad-dina 'inda Allah al-Islam. Now, we have also narrations that the Prophet said, "Oh Ali, you and your followers are the winners in paradise. Ya Ali, anta wa shi'atukum al-faizun yawm al-qiyamah." Of course, the Shia is mentioned. وَمِن شِيعَةِ Ibrahim. So the word Shia is in the Quran. That means followers. We are Muslims, follow Rasulullah, and we are the Shia of Ali alayhi salam. So it's like a complete package of Islam.
Okay.
Because others, they have incomplete package. They just claim to be following Rasulullah Sunnah and the Quran, and not Ahlul Bayt, which is an incomplete package, sadly.
Sadly. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Sunni hadiths say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had a cat named Mu'azzah. Is it true, and what is the benefit of having a cat?
I've heard for the first time that he had such a cat. There were cats around, Medina and in the houses, but to have a specific cat as a pet at home, I haven't heard anything. No.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, I wanted to ask, will Prophet Isa kill the Dajjal on his own, or will Imam Mahdi help him?
In terms of the Dajjal, we don't have really a clear understanding or clear view in terms of who he is and how he would react. What we have is Abu Sufyan, who would uprise from Damascus and who would move towards Medina, towards Mecca, Kufa particularly. He would attack Iraq. In terms of Dajjal, it's not very clear. Maybe Ahlul Sunnah have more narrations with this regard. But for us, it's not. I try to find out who Dajjal is exactly, what is his role. Something is mentioned, but it's not really clear. We have is about Sufyan, who will lead an army towards Iraq and towards Arabia, towards Medina and Mecca.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. From YouTube, I used to have a strong memory, but now I kind of lost it. Will you give me some advice on how I can be as strong as before? What are some dua or techniques?
Two things. Number one, there's a dua in the Mafatih al-Jinan, in the beginning of the book, which is you recite after the Taqibat al-Amma, after the prayers. So after each prayer, you would recite this dua. I think it begins with Subhana man la ya'tidi alayhi mamlakatih. So short dua. This helps for improving the memory.
Yes.
And number 2, also mentioned in the narration, is that to eat 21 pieces of sultanas, I think.
Raisins?
Raisins, yeah.
Raisins, yeah.
Black or red, I'm not sure. It's black or red raisins.
Okay.
Every morning.
Every
would help.
Every morning. 21
yeah.
every morning.
Yeah.
And that would help you, the Imam.
Inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I just want to know, why do the Shi'a don't do salam right and left after salah? I'm converted to Shi'a only 3 years ago, and I'm from Mali in West Africa.
The problem is that you're inside the salah and you have to focus and be attentive towards the Qibla, towards the Kaaba. You can't say, for example, let's say in Surah Al-Hamd, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Maliki Yawmuddin, you have to face the Qibla.
Yeah.
You're still inside the salah. So Assalamu alaikum, you're still inside the salah. So you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and then you can move to the left or to the right.
Okay.
So you can't move your head towards the right or the left while you're inside the salah. After the salam, you're free.
Okay.
Go to the left, to the right, up and down. But inside the salah, you cannot. That's why we don't do it. Because when inside the salah, I can't, move my head towards the right or the left when I'm inside the salah. So finish the salam, and then you can move wherever you can do. You're free afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. Another question. My Sunni friend, from WhatsApp, sorry. My Sunni friend said that while I do wudu, I can wipe my feet with my shoes on. Is that right in Shia Islam? And what is the proofs?
No, that's wrong. The Quran is very clear that فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ, and then وَامْسَحُوا بِرُؤُوسِكُمْ وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ, to wipe on the head and on the feet.
Yes.
Not on the shoes or on the socks. That's wrong. There are exceptions with this regard. Not always is applied. So you have to wipe on the skin.
Okay.
On your feet and on your head, on your hair, for example. Wipe, exactly. Yes. Not wash.
Yes.
Quran is very clear. وَامْسَحُوا, and not فَاغْسِلُوا أَرْجُلَكُمْ وَرُؤُوسَكُمْ. No. وَامْسَحُوا, wipe.
Yes.
Ibn Abbas says, الوضوء غسلتان ومسحتان.
Okay.
Famous narrator of Ahlul Sunnah as well, Ibn Abbas, that wudu is 2 washes and 2 wipes.
Okay.
Very clear. That's the correct Sunnah of Rasulullah. Otherwise, the way in which some would perform the wudu by washing the head and the feet is against the Sunnah of Rasulullah and against what Ibn Abbas said as well.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Are you a hafiz of the Quran? How would you advise us to memorize most efficiently?
No, I haven't memorized the whole Quran. It requires a specific course and you have to attend a special session. What is important, because sometimes Ahlul Sunnah would accuse the Shia that you don't have much hafiz of Quran. We have lots of hafiz Quran. What is important in Quran is to understand and comprehend the meanings of the Quran, of the ayat of Quran. I can memorize 100,000 hadith and the whole Quran, but I don't understand the meanings of these narrations and the verses. There's no point. Like the verse in the Holy Quran about those scholars of some of the religions, that they are like mules, carrying knowledge, but they don't make use of it. كالحمار يحمل أسفارا. What's the point? I have knowledge, memorizing lots of hadith and verses, but I don't make use in the correct way. There's no point. Yes, memorizing is good in terms of the Holy Quran and the hadith is excellent. But what is important and most important is to understand the correct tafsir and tanzil and ta'wil of the Quran verses. That's important. Otherwise, you can memorize and you can stand against Imam Hussein on the day of Ashura, na'udhu billah. Or stand against Ali alayhi salam in the battle of Siffin and Jamal. And there were huffaz of Quran within the Siffin and Jamal battle army. They were huffaz of Quran. But what's the point? Imam Ali was the speaking Quran. He was the true interpreter of the Holy Quran. but they went against him. Khawarij were the most people who memorized the Holy Quran and recite it in a nice way, a nice tune and melody, but they went against Ali alayhi salam in the battle of the Khawarij of Nahrawan. There's no point.
Okay.
If you don't know the meaning of the Quran and the one
of
who knows the correct interpretation of the Quran, you've lost.
There's no point, yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. What is the Shirazi point of view on tafweed?
Of course, it's not only the Ayatollah Shirazi, others as well. We believe that the tafweed that some believe in it is wrong and batil. That Allah gave, everything to the humanity and He sat away from them so that He can't do anything. So this kind of tafweed is batil and rejected in Islam as a whole. We don't accept this kind of tafweed. That Allah can't do anything. And as the Quran says, يَدَاهُ مَغْلُولَتَانِ غُلَّتْ أَيْدِيهِمْ, about those who believe that Allah created the world, He gave them the power and the strength, and then He couldn't do anything. He can't do anything to them. That's it. Yeah. That's a battle of tawfiq, of course.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, should I follow ChatGPT to get Islamic answers? Because it always defends Islam from what I have seen. And even I asked which religion makes the most sense, and it said Islam. So can you please tell me, Sheikh?
We did a test with someone, with Sir God. And of course, ChatGPT is not accurate to this regard, especially with the Aqa'id al-Shi'a. You have to be very careful.
Of course.
So don't rely on these intelligent methods.
Of course.
To find out about your aqidah and belief. Always go to the sources.
Yes.
The Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet, the Hadith of Ahlulbayt alayhim salam. Go to the main sources and books.
Sources to understand more.
Exactly.
Or they can come here and ask on Ahkam SOS, which is what you should do. You should ask, seek knowledge, and learn more rather than going to ChatGPT. Ask a question here. You can do that by either calling or sending a message on WhatsApp or in the comment section on YouTube. And inshallah, we will answer it for you. Sheikhna, from YouTube, what is life after death? Like, what will happen right away, and also the life in the grave?
There are books mentioned about exactly the stages after the death. We have the first alam, or let's say the first phase, is the alam or the phase of naz'a al-ruh, where the soul has been taken
from the body.
The minute in which, or the second in which, the one sees the hereafter. He sees the malaika. He sees, for example, the angel of death, for example. That's the first stage, or the alam, let's say, naz'a al-ruh. And then you have the next stage is the alam al-barzakh, or the qabr, in which one would see the qabr and the hisab. There's accountability by the munkar and nakir. They will ask him or ask her, who is your Lord, who is your Prophet, who is your Imam, and so forth. And then after alam al-qabr, he would be given the rewards, either paradise or the fire. Na'udhu billah. So it's alam barzakh, and then you have the alam al-qiyamah afterwards, in which all the humans will be raised from their graves, taken to the land of qiyamah, and you have the final stage of hisab, and then the actual Jannah or Jahim. Na'udhu
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And to all the viewers, we will now be going on a break. So this is the best time to send in your questions while we're on a break. But before we go on a break, I believe the Sheikh has a couple of words that he would like to say.
Yes, indeed. As we approach the birthday of Lady of the Light, Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, this great lady of Islam, she asks her father Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa she said, Ya abata, O father, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa ma liman tahawana bi salatihi. What is the, let's say, the consequence of the one who takes his prayers, daily prayers, lightly? One day he prays, one he doesn't pray. When he's at school or college, university, he wouldn't pray. Or when he travels to a specific country, it's a non-Muslim country, he wouldn't pray. and so forth, takes the salah lightly. من الرجال والنساء, so from men and women. What is their consequence when they don't pray on time, let's say, or they pray qada intentionally, and so forth. قال صلى الله عليه وآله, the Prophet responds to Fatima عليه السلام, يا فاطمة من تهاون بصلاته من الرجال والنساء, the one who takes his salah and prays lightly from men and women, ابتلاه الله بخمس عشرة خصلة. Allah would make him be in trouble of 15 types of problems, let's say, issues, which I'll mention just 6 of them. ست منها في دار الدنيا, 6 of them would be seen and would be faced in this world. 6 difficulties, 6 calamities, 6 problems, and so forth. Then he says, فأما اللواتي تصيبه في دار الدنيا, the ones in which he would face in this dunya, these anxieties, problems, difficulties. فالأولى, the first, يرفع الله البركة من عمره. Allah would take away the blessings from his age, his lifetime. In other words, he could die earlier, for example. He would not enjoy his life, always in difficulties, in debts, problems. He would be in, let's say, a battle zone for some reason, and so forth. Loss of wealth, loss of loved ones, and so forth. So the barakah and the blessing from his age, his life would be taken away. Number 2, وَيَرْفَعُ اللَّهُ الْبَرَكَةَ مِنْ رِزْقِهِ, the barakah and the blessing from his sustenance and rizq will be taken away. Always in debt, always his money has been looted, stolen, and so forth. Number 3, وَيَمْحُ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ سِيمَاهُ سِيمَاءَ الصَّالِحِينَ, and his face would not show as the face of a mu'min, that the face of a salih, of somebody who is pious, righteous, would be taken away. Sometimes you see somebody say, oh mashallah, look at his face. Illuminating face of alim or imam and such like. That kind of thing would be taken away. And number 4, وَكُلُّ عَمَلٍ يَعْمَلُهُ لَا يُؤْجَرُ عَلَيْهِ, and every deed he would perform, he gives sadaqah, for example, he would go to the mosque, good deeds would not be given as a reward, because he is intentionally taking his prayers lightly. Number 5, وَلَا يَرْتَفِعُ دُعَاءُهُ إِلَىٰ السَّمَاءِ, and his prayers, his invocations towards Allah would not be taken to the heavens. In other words, he wouldn't be answered for his haja and so forth. And number 6, والسادسة, لَيْسَ لَهُ حَظٌّ مِنْ دُعَاءِ الصَّالِحِينَ, when his fellow brothers or sisters in Iman would pray for him, he wouldn't get that prayer specifically, because he takes his prayers lightly. And as we have in the hadith, as-salatu amud ad-din, prayers is the pillar of the faith. So we try inshallah to observe the salah daily on time and try to avoid intentionally making our salah qada and not to disobey Allah Azza wa Jalla.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And thank you to all the viewers that have sent in their questions so far. If you haven't sent it in, send them in now while we are on a break, and stay tuned as the Sheikh answers.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars at home.
Is it permissible to plant trees by or
Was
over
Islam
the
established
graves?
based on peace and
Is it
non-violence?
permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim
Is there an
countries?
issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 09 2155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 09 2155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today. For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic Law Book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back after the break to Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I hope that during this break that you sent in your questions. If you have not done so, send them in now before it is too late and you'd have to wait to our next episode. You can call in on our phone number and you can ask the Sheikh directly, or you can send in a question on WhatsApp or in the YouTube comment section and I will ask the Sheikh on your behalf. And inshallah the Sheikh will answer it. Sheikhna, from YouTube, can we, the Shi'a, love the Ahlulbayt more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah is the one who created Ahlulbayt alayhim as-salam. And we worship Allah Azza wa Jal. We would say, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. La ilaha illallah. So Allah is the number one in terms of worship, in terms of going back to Allah Azza wa Jal in our hajat. And then it comes, as the Quran says, أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ وَأُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنْكُمْ. So first Allah Azza wa Jal, then the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his pure family. This is how it works.
Okay, thank you very much. Sheikhna, from YouTube, recently because of my work schedule, I've been making my prayers combined one after the other when I get home. Is this reasonable? And can I get the same benefits? And is one wudu okay?
Yes, inshallah, that's perfect. As we have narrations from the Ahlul Sunnah books that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he joined and combined the two salah without any reason. Because they would say that if there's rain, travel, then you can combine. But even though the Prophet did not separate them without these reasons. Should be fine, inshallah. Should
be fine. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. The person also goes on to say, Sheikh Ali, dear, your show is the best. So,
Barakallah fikum.
Thank you.
Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakumullah khair, as the Sheikh just said. From WhatsApp, what is the etiquette for reading ziyarah and dua for both men and women? Of
course, if you go back to the books of the ziyarah, you'll find that for each imam or for each shrine there's some kind of etiquette. You stand on the outside door and you ask for ijazah or the permission to enter. أَأَدْخُلْ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ أَأَدْخُلْ يَا أَمِيرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And then when you get to that state of spirituality and that connection with the Imam, Ma'asum alayhi salam, then you enter the haram and then you go to the door of the shrine. And then again, you say salam and then eventually you start the ziyarah. So best thing is to go back to the books of the ziyarat and check exactly how to start the ziyarah. Of course, with wudu, with ghusl in some shrines, to perform the ghusl, for example, and so forth.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, what acts can I personally do to hasten the reappearance of the Imam as a 12-year-old boy?
The best act is to, as the hadith mentions, the best deed is to await his reappearance. أفضل أعمال أمتي انتظار الفرج. And انتظار الفرج doesn't mean that you sit home and you wait for the Imam to come. It's to go outside, attend the majalis Ahlulbayt, attend the mosque, pray in these places, go to the ziyarah, go to the Hajj and Umrah, implement the obligatory acts and avoid the haram acts and the indecent acts. In other words, observe taqwa, study well, especially in this age, to get the best certificates, the best positions, status in knowledge. And this is how you would be awaiting the Imam's reappearance, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, I have a mustache and I have a Sunni friend and he said it is haram to have a mustache and said bad things about it. Is it haram to have a mustache?
I mean, number one, his friend needs to bring evidence that it is forbidden. And that's number one. Number two, from the seerah of the ulama and the salihin for the past centuries, and even Ahlulbayt, and even Imam Ali alayhi salam, that he used to trim his mustache. Mentioned in one of the hadith.
Yeah.
And not to shave it
Just
with a razor. Yeah. So that's the seerah of Ahlulbayt and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But of course, some people came and they على كل حال
made that changes.
made that this is not sunnah to have mustache.
Okay.
You have to shave it, in other words.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Why do we have marjas, scholars, after Imam al-Mahdi? Why didn't we just follow the Imam?
I asked him, how could you follow the Imam when you don't have any connection with the Imam? Because the alim or the scholars are here to connect you to the Imam. They are the ones who would narrate the hadith from the Imam alayhi salam, and they would interpret the hadith and extract the rulings from these sources, the Quran and the hadith and the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you have to have that connection. Each religion, if you go back to the Christianity, they have priests and bishops. Go back to the Jews, they have rabbis. Muslims, they have ulama, Sunni Shi'a ulama. You have to have the alim who connects you to the holy book and the traditions and narrations. Otherwise, we don't have that connection. You know, I'm somebody who is busy at work, 9 to 5 every day. Let's say in the supermarket, I don't know, in the shop. I don't have time to research about hadith or Quran. How do I know that, is, for example, the Ahl Kitab pure or impure? How do I know? I don't have access to hadith. Even if I read the hadith, I'm going to be facing two conflicting hadith. One says the Ahl Kitab are tahir or impure, and that says they're not tahir and they are impure. How can I be able to balance between these hadith? Only the ulama can do so. So that's why we need them, to be able to extract this ruling and hukum from the sources in which I can take the verdict, at my comfort at home and implement it.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, if I have a jewelry website, can I display the jewelry on the hands and neck of women, or is that not permissible?
In terms of the neck, of course, that's ishkal. But the problem with the hand, again, the Quran says, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنْ, and do not reveal the beauty. To put any kind of golden rings on the hands of women, that is some kind of beauty. You're showing the beauty of that woman. And the Quran says, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنْ. So in both cases, there's ishkal. Maybe you can use, I don't know,
mannequin.
Exactly,
I believe that's what it is. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. Is it true that you must follow the marja of your parents until you are 18?
No, if you're actually baligh, then you can choose your own marja. As I've said, you go back to the experts with this regard, and the ulama, fuqaha, those who are at the seminaries and hawzat, and ask them, you can choose your own marja. Forced to follow the marja of your parents. And we have many people that they chose their own marja as soon as they got to the age of teen and adolescence. They chose another marja, contrary to their marja of their parents.
Okay.
You have the freedom, of course.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. From YouTube, I draw a lot of pictures of animals, humans, and so on. I heard Sunnis saying Allah will tell me to give them life on the day of judgment and will punish me later on. Is it true? Can you please explain, Sheikhna?
No, in our fiqh, this is not haram to do so. Yes, to build a statue or sculptures, that's an issue that we have with this regard. A whole statue of human, that's we have ishkal with. But to draw, no, there's no issue with it.
That's completely fine.
Don't pray in that room which has living creatures like animals or humans. Praying in that room would be discouraged and would have less rewards with this regard. So it's to do with the salah in that room which has animal pictures or human pictures.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. Is saying, Ya Ali, inna ilayhi raji'un haram?
We shouldn't play with the verses of the Quran. When the Quran says, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We stick with the verses of the Holy Quran and don't manipulate and change with it. Keep it as it is. This is the Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You can't change it to Bismillah al-Ilah al-Azim. No, stick with what is mentioned in the Holy Quran.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
Don't change it,
Yes.
of course. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, any good books that you would recommend us to read?
It depends which field you want to start with, reading and revising. Is it the book of Aqa'id, for example, Aqa'id al-Imamiyya, the book of the Imamiyya beliefs, for example, by Sheikh al-Mudaffar, for example. You want fiqh books, you have Shara' al-Islam, for example.
Yeah.
But of course, these are old books. Best thing to go and find the book Risala Amali of your own Marja', for example.
Okay.
Ahkam, answers and questions. In terms of the hadith books, Kitab al-Kafi we have. If you have a bit of expertise in this field, Kitab al-Wasa'il al-Shi'a, for example, 10 to 20 volumes. Otherwise, you can read simple books about Islamic beliefs by ulama, written, simple pamphlets.
Okay.
You can start with.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, I am a revert and I have tried my best to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Ahlulbayt. But I feel like that I sin and I sin and I don't feel like I am forgiven, even if I repent. What do I do?
Allah states in the Holy Quran in many verses, Allah yaghfir dhunuba jami'a, Allah would forgive all sins. وَيَعْفُوا عَنْ كَثِيرٍ, He would forgive a lot. So have hope in Allah Azza wa Jal and come out from your bubble or your situation by coming into the majalis of Ahlulbayt. Try to attend. If you have local mosque, try to attend the local mosque. Participate in the majlis, the dua, weekly dua session, for example. Otherwise, you have to travel to a nearby city and try to attend the mosque or the center in that. That would help a lot. And don't stay away from these majalis.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And thank you to all the viewers that have sent in their questions so far. Inshallah, the Sheikh has answered them and has helped you in seeking knowledge and learning more about your faith. If you have not sent in your questions, inshallah, we will answer them on the episode that is coming soon. A couple of quick updates. We have our Zainabiyya complex, so please support it. It is to help us get a new location, a new area, a new studio, hopefully, so we can carry on making more and more shows, episodes for you at home. All you need to do is go to the website www.ihtv.co/HQ. I'll repeat that, www.ihtv.co/HQ to make your donation and to be a part of the mission that is Imam Hussein TV. And inshallah, we will see you on our next episode. مع السلامة.
In the heart of London, Imam Hussein Media Group is on the brink of an extraordinary transformation. We are securing a new home, a sanctuary named after the Queen of Karbala, Lady Zainab Salamullahi alayhi, who commemorated Abi Abdullah al-Hussein and spread the message of Karbala. This new complex, spanning 515 square meters, will be the central hub for our 5 channels. A place for filming, editing, broadcasting and gathering as a community. With a cost of £1.5 million, we invite you to be part of this new chapter. Each square meter will cost £2,900, but every contribution counts. One share is £290, or even one brick is £50. Your donation will not only build this sanctuary, but also secure immense reward in this world and the hereafter. Every show produced, every message broadcasted will be a source of thawab for you and your families.
By helping us secure this building, you are paving the way for millions to connect with Karbala and the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam through our channels. Join the ranks of the lovers of Aba Abdullah. Be part of this noble cause. Donate today and make a lasting impact on Shia media globally.
Have a duty towards the preservation and the propagation of the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Indeed, one of the best ways to work towards the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala